The Rowan men's basketball team is coming off a 2014-15 season in which they finished 16-10 overall and advanced to the NJAC Championship Tournament. Rowan has three key returning seniors in Chris O'Connor, Chris Gross, and Dan Brogan, and head coach Joe Cassidy talks about how these three will need to step it up for this team to have a shot at an NJAC championship.
The three seniors will be starting. I said Chris O'Connor was honorable mention All-League last year. He's our leading returning scorer. He had just averaged, just above 10 points a game. Led the team second to the team in three-point shooting. But we need him to shoot the ball extremely well this year. We need him to shoot the ball more often this year than what he did last year. And then the two big guys, Chris Gross and Dan Brogan, both, as I said, have played, have experience, have started in the NJAC, and know what it takes to be successful in the NJAC. Now, neither average double figures, but we kind of need both of them to up their scoring averages a little bit. And as I said earlier, the rebounding will be the most important thing. We need those two guys to really get after it on the backboards.
The biggest rule change coming this year in college basketball is that teams will have a 30-second shot clock compared to a 35. Cassidy talks about the differences he has noticed on the offensive side of the ball.
Judging off our two scrimmages, it is having a little bit more effect on the game than I thought it was originally going to. And one of the things that we've practiced on, and we're going to try and do, one of the key things we're going to do right from the beginning, is you've got to get into your offenses sooner. You can't just walk the ball up the floor and then call a play and then expect to get something done, because you're down. There may be times where you're down below 18 seconds on the shot clock doing that, without any defensive pressure. So I think that is the main change, and it is going to change things. And you have to be more efficient on offenses.
Cassidy says that the Profs defense will do a lot more pressing, so you will see senior Darryl Robinson in those situations.
He's the defensive spark off the bench. So when Darryl comes into the game, I think he ups our athleticism and ups our ability to press, and does a good job of reading things and creates more havoc and gets some steals, that kind of thing. So we're going to depend on him for that.
Freshman brothers Rob and Nick DePersia will be the starting guards for Rowan. Cassidy talks about how he likes their style of play on the court.
They just know how to play basketball. They're really, really fundamentally sound. And the thing that everyone says when they first see these kids play is they're impressed by how hard they play. So we need them to, bring that kind of tough-minded style of basketball not only to the games, but I think it's something that's infected the whole team in the preseason just from their practice habits.
Cassidy said that the Profs' main weakness will come in the rebound category, so he will look to TJ Booth to clean up the boards on defense.
He can play a little bit inside, a little bit outside, more of an outside kind of guy, but his length and athleticism is a cut above anyone else on the teams other than Darryl, so we expect him to be able to help us on all aspects, and we'll probably have to go to him more for a rebounding kind of situation.
Sean Wilson and Gary Cartham make the transition from playing junior college to Division III this season.
Sean is probably our most talented offensive player. He's a very talented offensive player. Maybe need to rein him in a little bit on some things and get him an idea of what's the better team concept of basketball. But he's a very talented offensive player. And Gary's just a hard worker. Gary's brought a ton of enthusiasm, a ton of energy to the program.
During last season, the Profs had a 7-game losing streak, which coincided when Josh Borelli got injured. Cassidy talks about the role he will play when he steps on the court this year.
He was our shooter off the bench, and not only is he a good shooter, he's very good at facilitating the offense. The offense runs better when he's on the floor. So having Josh back, and he'll be coming off the bench.
Look for the Profs to have a different style of play this season, as Cassidy talks about how the team will look to run and trap a lot more than they have in the past.
So we are going to be looking to press way more than we have in the past decade, and play a little bit more up-tempo style. And we're probably going to shoot more threes than we have in the past. Going with the three smaller guards, puts us in a position where we're going to be spreading the floor and doing a lot of things on the offensive end that are kind of different from some of the things we've done in the past couple of years.
The Profs open their 2015-2016 season on the road, as they will play Salisbury in the first game of the Widener Tip-Off for Autism Awareness Tournament. The November 13th game begins at 6 p.m.